Hello, welcome to another video on a glorious day. Beautiful weather. I'm up at HMP Kirkham, which is not too far from Leyland, Preston area, about 8 miles. What this is a category D prison, so why I've come here, I just really want to show the differential between the types of prisons. And it's the first time I've ever come to a category D, so it'd be interesting to see how different it actually is. Now, I have had a chat with one of the officers and he was very friendly about it, but they have actually got a barrier that prevents anybody just walking into the prison grounds and filming. And because they've got that barrier, then obviously we abide by that. But I'm just going to put the camera up there. Now, I don't know what that looks like. Hopefully you can get an idea. We'll have a little wander around where we can, and I'll talk a little bit about Kirkham. Okay, so as a prison, it actually opened in 1962. Now, this site here is on the site of the former RAF Kirkham. And during the war, it was a training camp. And it was said that up to 1945, there was 72,000 men and women trained here in trades. And it eventually closed in 1957, and that's when the Home Office took over. Well, a couple of years later actually, in 1960 I believe, and then in 1962, like I say, that's when it became a prison. Now, a lot of the buildings are World War II vintage, believe it or not, but the prisoner accommodation is more modern. Bit of history, facts. In 2003 there was a report saying it had more prisoners abscond from it than any other prison. They did try an intermittent custody scheme where they allowed prisoners to go home for a couple of days on leave. So 5 days in the prison, a couple of days home, to maybe carry on their normal everyday pursuits, if you like jobs and so on. But they scrapped that. It did actually also have one of the worst records for drug use over any other English prison, with around about a third of the prisoners testing positive for a banned substance. That was in 2004 though, it was quite a while ago, 20 years. I'll try not to move the camera too much because I know I'm guilty of that sometimes. So yeah, HMP Kirkham. So in terms of notable inmates then, Jan Molby, the Scandinavian Scouser, he was here. Ian Brown, Stone Roses. And the former Darlington owner, George Reynolds, who was actually here as well. So it's an interesting spot. The staffing, they do actually come across very friendly. It does appear to be quite welcoming and different. So I suppose that reflects the type of prisoner that resides here. So like I say, I could come pretty much as far as the barrier that's on my left, just coming into shot now. Obviously when you do come here, hopefully you never do have to come here for whatever reason, but if you are visiting, there's a welcome centre. And just the terminology of welcome centre is different. And we've got a farm shop that you can visit. I'll just show you the opening times of that as well, if you ever fancy coming up and taking advantage of the hard work that's done here. So there we are, that's the opening times. And you can see the spots where the prisoners will work. I don't want to make it sound like a holiday camp. It is a prison at the end of the day. And I have absolutely no idea what it's really like in there if you are a prisoner. And somebody picked me up on that, saying, you know nothing about prisons. No, I don't. That's why I do these videos, and I'm quite open and honest about that I do it to try and learn. So every time I come, I do a bit of research, obviously, and I learn a few more facts. So no, I don't. And I'm almost glad I don't, really. But I am quite interested and fascinated about them, as a lot of people are. So there we are. A nice look at HMP Kirkham. I'll go a little bit nearer because I am allowed to go up to the barrier. Don't want to upset the gentleman. He was very friendly, actually. So we'll have a last little pan round. Show you the obligatory flag. So that's HMP Kirkham, category D.